how. Okay, so this is one of the guillotines right here. Original guillotine is missing the blade, I think. Yeah, I don't see the blade. But this is an original guillotine used by the Nazis to execute their prisoners. We are in the museum under the big statue, and this is the room dedicated to the concentration camps and the killing of the innocent people. To each their own, or something like that. He says right there. And in the background, there's the picture of Auschwitz-Birkenau, the entrance, and has nothing to do with Ukraine, but a lot, because a lot of people from here ended up over there. Anyways, there's uniforms here used by the prisoners. There's pictures, and there's more uniforms here and more pictures. But the most important one is this one right here. This exhibit has a pair of gloves made out of human flesh. I mean, not human flesh, but human skin. Okay, and I believe that's what he says right there. I cannot read that. And that's human bone, I think. I'm not sure again. I don't read Cyrillic. This is one of the sacks they use, I believe, to get rid of the evidence. After the war turned against the Nazis, Himmler, that piece of shit of Himmler, sent some of his cronies under the command of Blobbel, and to open all the mass graves that the Einsatzgruppe open and bury the victims of the moving Holocaust. So when they came into the Ukraine and Poland to open those mass graves and burn the bodies, I mean, it was probably a terrible, terrible experience for the prisoners doing this under the command of the Nazis. Anyways, this machine is one of the machines that the Nazis used to break the bones after they burned them and distribute the bones already grounded in powder, and use them for agricultural use. You know, this is how they thought they would get rid of the evidence. Obviously, everybody knew already, so it was a little too little, a little too late. And those are sacks of, those sacks are mimicking what they were doing with the human remains, what was left of the millions of people, these cowards murder innocently. So this breaking machine was used to dispose of the evidence of the moving Einsatzgruppen mobile killing squads of Himmler, killing people in towns, villages all over the Ukraine, Poland, and the occupied countries. Every museum, war museum that is at least in the Soviet Union or ex-Soviet Union, has one of those rooms that moves you, okay? I'm not with anybody speaking Russian today, but I remember from when the first time I came into this museum in 2005, I was told that this is a table set up for the families of the victims, or not the victims, but the fallen soldiers fighting the Nazis, and the fallen, or the survivors, either or. There's music in the center, there's the typical tablecloths, there's the pictures of the fighters and the families. And here's the table that runs all along the exhibition area. On top also we see the blankets from the soldiers, and right across the tablecloths or the scarves that the women use in their hair. I'm not sure which or. But here's the table, and there's telegrams here from the family, and over there's the telegrams from the soldiers in the front. And it goes all along the exhibition hall. So it is pretty moving because there's the surviving, the families, the mothers, the wives, the sisters. Everybody fought in the Soviet Union, unlike Germany. Everybody fought, everybody was a soldier, women, children, and men. And, but those are the mothers, those are the people that stay behind. And over here, across the table, are the fighters. This is all the fighters. Dead or alive, I don't know. I cannot read Cyrillic. And here's the table again. Accordions, record players, and again, the canteens, the little plates, the telegrams from the family members back home. The pipes. I haven't seen another exhibition such as this, but I remember this one because of that. And this is the side of the table for the relatives of the fighters. The telegrams, letters from the fighters. What's up, Sabi?
What's up, George?
And this is the top of the, this is the cupola. Right on top of that, on the other side, is the big statue
We actually went all the
of
way
the lady. You went all the way up, all around?
It's too windy though. You could go behind the shield.
Yes. Yeah, it is windy. And the names of all the fallen, I guess, from Kiev. And the winners of the Medal of Hero of the Soviet Union. That's what that little medal is. Hero of the Soviet Union. This exhibition used to be dedicated, this room actually, this entrance used to be dedicated to the Great Patriotic War. There used to be a swastika right there and some, a swastika and an eagle right there broken, and some Nazi flags and swastikas there. And now it is dedicated to the movement, the defensive movement that started in 2013. There's some vehicles here with a cat eyes folded up. Vehicles riddled with bullets and impacts. Look at these. Look at this. This is just regular cars, and they were repelled by army, by real army. The Russians or the Ukrainian-backed Russians. Russian-backed Ukrainians. Look at this. Very, very. So I don't know much about this conflict because it's new, maybe, and I've seen it on the news. But yeah, this room is dedicated to that movement nowadays. Damn. Obviously, somebody was sitting there. He's no longer among us. No idea if. Yeah, I guess this fellow was one of the people in the car, and unfortunately, obviously he did not survive. So now this is what welcomes you in the Great Patriotic War Museum, and this is the exhibitions that welcomes you. The whole area is dedicated to that moment, to the annexation to Russia of Crimea and the Donetsk and all that area in conflict.